Cent Podcast.
Okay, we're live. This is Matthew, and I'm back with another special interview on the Spotlight series. Today, I'm really excited to dive into a music organization that you've probably seen over on Cent by the name of Sekud Beats, which bills themselves as an EDM and hip-hop beat producing channel. And I'm speaking with one of the co-founders by the name of Imam. So I really am excited to dive into the EDM and hip-hop scene down in Indonesia, where they're based, to talk about the convergence of music and crypto. So I just want to get started by welcome Imam to the show. Welcome to the Spotlight.
What's up? I'm Imam Kiko here, co-founder of Sekud Beats. It actually says Sekud Beats. Before I introduce myself, Sekud Beats, Sekud in Indonesian slang, it means fear, like a FOMO, Yeah.
Nice.
Because we want people to FOMO in to our music when they can't listen it anymore.
That was totally one of the first questions I was going to ask you. What does Sekud mean? So it's awesome that means FOMO. But okay. So let's get into your background, a little bit about who you are, what you've been doing, and then we can talk about like how Sekud Beats came to be.
Okay, so first of all, I used to be a biotechnology scientist, and then I lost the job, and I realized that a music genre these days, since a COVID pandemic, too much lockdown, people screw up in each genre. Especially in EDM, EDM industry looks like screw up in their genre. People are bored listening just simple trap, simple deep house, or maybe just simple R&B hip hop. You get a point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then me and my cousin, FDL is actually our founder. He's my cousin. He said, "Hey, should we get back to our old hobby? I know you lose the job," and he said to me, "Then yeah, sure. We start and make a beat again." And we actually start only made it on a FL Studio Mobile, yeah. And then when we tried it, the apps, the apps, it sounds amazing. It's similar like in the PC, although it's not so fancy in the plugin, not like in the PC,
Mm-hmm.
And then we start in May 26, 2020, and then what we think that we want to make a community label that has some interest to experiment between EDM and hip hop genre, mix it up or make some rhythm experiment, Yeah, sort of like that. And then when we start, we don't realize that this thing gonna be huge potentially, especially that I said before, the whole music genre is screw up. And then I said this to FDL, then, hey man, you should make it this serious stuff and then push it up, like maybe make it like a huge label soon in the future, like Spinning Record, like Armada Music, Metro Booming sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's really crazy that you have this biotech background. Actually, before I joined Cent, I'm actually a co-founder of Cent, but before I joined it, I was in biotech too. I worked for a CDMO up here in Korea for a couple of years. So it's cool that we have that background. But like you were mentioning, FDL came to you and said that you had this music as a background, a hobby that you had been cooking up. But I'm curious, like, when in your life had you discovered that you had this passion for music? Like, did this start before you were in biotech? Did this start when you were a kid? Tell me a little bit about the creative journey, music-wise, that led you to music in the first place, and then ultimately to co-founding Sekud Beats.
So, first of all, I used to play FL Studio PC a lot in middle school. Yeah. And then our hope at that time to get girlfriend, hot chicks, with a cool yeah, classic mindset at that time.
Totally.
And then so we we had old SoundCloud. If you check out search in the SoundCloud, Imam Kiko and Fadil Fadilah, that's FDL real name. You search it and it appeared our old SoundCloud, and actually the beat sounds bad, so fucking bad. Yeah, because we don't know about audio technical or sort stuff. We just middle schooler, and nobody teach us. Just saw everything on YouTube for tutorial. Even we failed to understand it a lot. Yeah, and then when I entered high school, I saw a lot of my friends come have a DJ profession. Yeah, and then I asked them how to make a beat properly, and then I rework with some, and then when we go separate ways, FDL goes to Safe College. Yeah, he's a Safe actually. Yeah, and I go to biotechnology major, so we stop making beat, focus on our college, and then we just realized that our soul got lost. Yeah, because we usually make a beat a lot in the school days, and then yeah, after this pandemic, I got disbanded from my previous job as a bioplastic researcher. Yeah, and then FDL just graduate for his self college this year, and then the problem is people can't open the restaurant right now, so FDL cannot got a job, so he just make a homemade catering for a living. But he think like this is a time we need to build our music, because we listen so much EDM, hip hop beats that yeah, you know, the beat itself is uh, for me for next 5 years is kind of boring maybe. Yeah, people need something fresh, maybe something unexpected. And we saw Weird Genius. Do you know Weird Genius?
No, who's that?
So basically, Indonesian trio DJ. They released the song that viral on TikTok named Lati.
Okay.
The title of song. It basically insert Japanese percussion into the trap music, which is amazing. So when we listen to that, we just agreed that we should start Sekud Beats now. That's the chance.
That makes a lot of sense there. And what I've listened to a lot of your beats, especially what you shared on Scent, created by you. And I'm curious, like based on your background, based on your personality, I always think that any creator in their creation, they can be found somehow. Like whether it's an emotion, whether it's like a personality. I'm curious, in your beats that you've personally created, like what part of yourself is reflected in your beats?
Yeah, I'm kind of loner actually. When usually I make my beats, I usually think I always on track to being myself, alone, nobody there's, and then there's a come out. Yeah, I'm kind of ambivert, but mostly goes to introvert, sort of. Yeah, but different case with the FDL. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's also, I think, a really cool point. The fact that there's multiple producers, right? There's you, there's FDL. I think that you have PA2 is someone else that came into the crew too.
Yeah. He's my homie, and he is like semi pro DJ in Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he thinks like maybe I should restart my DJ career. So he made beat, and then I joined him, collab, make some drop part of that song. Yeah, it actually wants to be a mix of trap and trance, but since mix trap and trance is kind of difficult. He said, yeah, just make the progressive version of it, and let's see does people like it, and then we make the second version of it, which is trance mix trap. Yeah, and our goal so far, we want to build our community first. Like we want any beat producer, any DJ join our team, release their song in our community label, and then we start going there, open the events when the community start to become solid. Yeah, that's the goals for now.
Hmm. And then have you gotten any artists to record anything over your beats, or now is it just creating the beats to build the community? What are you doing, and then like what's the short-term goal?
The short-term goals, I just want to get the people attention with our experimental beats, build up the solid community to produce their song into our label, some collabs, yeah, with the local or maybe indie musician, indie beat makers.
Mm-hmm. And then do you have any collaborations actually with any artists, like recording songs on top of your beats yet?
So usually I ask some of friends, the whole other beat producers that produce the song in our label that you saw right now, like let's say the Humber Charlie, they rap on the lo-fi song. Yeah, have you listened that before?
Beautiful We Are, is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, that one is actually a remix for the famous Indonesian singer Han India. So FDL remix Beautiful We Are from Han India. And then he changed the song from the electropop into future house.
Yeah, that song is tight. I love that. But the other one, I don't think I listened to yet. What's the name of the song title?
Humber Charlie with FDL, Broken Home.
Oh, okay. Let me give you a little taste. I'm on the SoundCloud now. Oh, that's tight. I'm going to listen to that as soon as we wrap up. That's really tight.
Yeah. So, Humber Charlie is my homie also.
Mm-hmm.
He used to sing in the Melayu rock background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why his vocal is kind of ambient speechy when he rap the song. Yeah, because his basic is a Melayu rock song, and he moved to rap.
Ah, okay. For now, like when you have with Humble Charlie, since he's your homie, does that mean that like he's hopping onto the beats for free right now, and then this is kind of like a pure collaboration? He provides the vocals and the rap, and then you provide the beats and the music that he raps on top of, just to kind of build out your respective communities? Or like how are you going to be able to monetize this? Like how does that process work?
For now, Humber Charlie just came to us. They want to collab with us freely because he want to build his music career too, and then he want to get some view first before monetize. Yeah. So far, the only monetize that we have in the beta scene, yeah, since people can tipping, yeah, and then the rest we still build up our other social media platform like YouTube, Instagram, like TikTok. We also have a TikTok, but people don't notice us mostly on TikTok, mostly on Instagram because usually FDL always online on our Instagram, and he reach the community a lot in there rather than TikTok. Yeah.
Well, that kind of gets me to what you're doing on Scent. And before we started recording, you told me that you're pretty into DeFi, and that's sort of how you found Scent. But I'm curious. I mean, because a lot of people they've been doing a lot of thinking and experimenting for how to combine music with crypto in a way to kind of make the music business better, or the business side of music better, right? And Scent, because we have this like primitive tipping and subscription feature, is maybe one step there. But I'm wondering if you've given it any deeper thought. Like, how can musicians, beat producers like yourself, harness crypto to make more money making music? Do you have any ideas there?
I think blockchain technology also profitable for musician, content creator, because the transparency that they share their content, the validity of the content, so there's no hacks or copycat content. You know what I mean? And then it's good to see that I saw in the beta sense software, the mechanic Ethereum tipping.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's quite helpful for the other content creator as well in the future. When actually the one who brings Sekud Beats on the beta scene is me, because I'm the one who trading crypto and invest in crypto a lot. FDL doesn't know about crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's funny thing. And then he said, "Oh, just do it. You do you, man. At least we hope if you bring beta Sekud Beats on the crypto community, it might grow some new viewers. You know, being anti-mainstream and in same time want to go to mainstream. You get the point, right?"
Totally.
Yeah. And then okay, I'm do it. So FDL said, I only focus on the community building and a bit quality. You do your marketing part. Yeah, so I did it. So I think beta scene is the biggest potential in music industry, I think, in future.
That's so dope.
Because here's the fact that a lot of Indonesian musicians right now thinks that they need a new source of income, right, in this pandemic. And as you can see, the virtual concert is actually sucks because the singer or DJ cannot interact with their guests. You know, it's not real vibe. You get the point, right? And then they want to sell their beat or their song, but they want to show it as, oh, this is my pattern, this is my content creator, as bring their identity there, that they want people freely tipping and give a comments freely without any mainstream media control. You get the point, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when the pure tipping and any pure comment for the community comes to their content, they might think, oh yeah, maybe my music was wrong in the television or maybe in the mainstream media. It's not that something they show the true things that the fans want to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because some mainstream media cut it off. Some fans' opinion that's going to extreme or maybe against the media that suppress the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. But here in the blockchain, a Web3 browser, Web3 social media like BetaSense, I think it's quite makes sense. I saw another content in the BetaSense. It's about sharing the knowledge, art, 3D video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a lot of them, and then I think the community speak more honestly than in the mainstream media like YouTube, like Twitter, yeah, or maybe television platform. So the rich connection feels closer, whether it's digital, it's online, rather than just depend on the existing social media. You get the point, right?
Oh, totally. No, and that's really interesting. That's how you see it too. That kind of, I mean, on the audience side, there's more honesty, and from the artist side, it's they're closer to the audience, right? And they don't have that kind of intermediary of like the TV channel or the TV producer or whatever stepping in between them and kind of distorting the message between the artist and the audience, right? I think that's definitely powerful. And since the money layer is right there and it can go directly from the audience to the artist, there's really no need for anyone else in the middle there. That's super cool that you see it like that as well. I'm wondering, because on Scent, there's actually a few other musicians and in the same genre, like in the hip hop and the beat producing area. I don't know if you've seen Dow Records on Scent, or
Yeah, I
DJ
saw
Lethal.
him.
Yeah, DJ Lethal Skills. They're Malaysian based, but they're trying to use, like, they've been experimenting with tokenizing music, right? So kind of going for like a limited edition release, combining artwork with music, that once people buy the artwork, then they have exclusive access to the beat that was kind of embedded within the NFT artwork that they sold. That's definitely an interesting experiment, but it kind of keeps the music a little bit too under wraps. Like, music is meant to be heard, I think. But I'm just wondering, like, if there's any other experiments that you have been cooking up or thinking about that involves like the tokenized aspect that you see a lot over on Scent, either combining art with the music or using the tokenization process for music in some interesting way.
So for now, we just focus what we do first. Yeah, since our shorter goals is build as many community as possible, community member, and then we also try to prepare for our first video clip, music video for one of our song. Yeah, I will link it later, not now, because we still try to choose which song is the best one to make the first our first music video. Yeah, and then when about the DAO records, so they have essentially marketing also about the artist, digital artist, right? Not only the beats, because here's the fact: people usually for the digital artists that create a sort kind of image, picture art that they can put it on the museum or sort of. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think their idea is quite good, since that kind of art is the less being respectfully present right now compared to music, compared to let's say film. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think that. But for now, for Sekud Beat itself, uh, we just want to build our community first, since we want to bring our Indonesian listener, indie listener, to know how to use crypto as well, right? Because beta sense is on the crypto, it's on a ERC20, Ethereum. We still focus on the genre experiment for now, since you asked before which kind of experimental to show our unitivity, but we just want to play with the genre basically.
I feel that makes total sense. And now I'm really excited to kind of get into your inspiration musically. I feel like music is really beautiful because it's become so international, and like artists that are familiar to me in the US can be familiar to someone in India, can be familiar to someone in Indonesia, right? So I'm curious, like, what international music inspirations do you listen to or do you like?
Me personally is Tiesto.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows Tiesto.
Yep.
Tiesto used to be the godfather of trance before Armin van Buuren took the place. And then Tiesto feel bored that trance has no room to grow, so he moved to other genre as well. And then because he's influential to goes between the EDM genres, crossing over and mix it together, that's the concept that we want to bring it to Sekud Beat as well.
Mm.
And because of Tiesto himself, I saw a lot of new trance genre like psycho trance, dark trance, even psychedelic trance. You know, it basically the first come so calm, and then it gets so hype. So suddenly with the heavy harp bass, like dug 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 dug. That's intense,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think what Tiesto did is only experiment inside a genre, inside one genre, but they pick the influence, the inspiration for the other genre, not really mix it together as a one. Okay. If you listening to my song Galau Fata Morgana, in bahasa Galau Fata Morgana is basically like you kind of confused in Fata Morgana,
What's Fata Morgana?
like pandemonium, sort of.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like delusion thoughts, feel sad, confused in delusion thoughts. And if you listening to that song, it actually I put a trap part inside the trance. Although, yeah, I'm not sure it's kind of good or not for others, but for myself, it's kind of great. Yeah, you should listen it out. It's worth.
Yeah, I was just listening to it. It's definitely got that. It's really hypnotic, is how I describe it. And I can see, kind of like put myself in someone's mind that is like delusional, and I could kind of like feel where that's taking the listener.
And I just give a vibe that if you entrap yourself in someone's mind delusion, and then you also got very sad, so suddenly without reason, because that song inspired me to create it because I used to be a schizophrenic person.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So I got like medium medium step of schizophrenia in the childhood. Yeah, so that's why I don't have a friend. That's why in early I said I'm kind of a loner.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think, oh, I will bring that vibe to my song. Let's see how it works. And then, yeah, there it is.
Mm, that's tight. And we were talking a little bit about the impact of COVID on you personally, but I'm curious because this genre of music, EDM and trance, it's, at least for me, it's really heavily associated with like big parties and clubs, right? Like a lot of people together, kind of enjoying together. It's people syncing to the beat, and it's just like a magical experience. But now, because of COVID, obviously people are like far away from one another, or should stay far away from one another. So how, I mean, how is that impacting how people listen and experience to the music that you're making?
So we try to make it the song itself for the rhythm, the beat, the effects of the sound feels like we bring the vibe about the story. It's the song has a title, right? And the title describe about the vibe that I want to bring it. Let's say the Galau Fatar Morgana that I explained before, right? I'm confused, feel sad, and trapped in someone else delusion. I try to bring that. Okay, yeah, that's the point. And for me itself, no matter how hard the situation is, no matter how bad you facing right now, people has a natural instinct want to party, right? Even only with the close relative, yeah, because COVID, people just, yeah. Even in Indonesia itself, some of the middle high class make their private club inside their house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So basically, they only invite the close relative and bring some DJ. So the party only like, yeah, 10 to 30 people, not much. And then they only play the music about 2 hours, and then they go separate way again back to home. You know, although some government here like to check it out, make sure each of their citizen don't get closer a lot, but they choosing the time, so the government uh cannot check it. Yeah.
Right, right. And then like I know in terms of local music, you mentioned Lati and how they got kind of like blown up because of TikTok. I'm curious, are there any other like artists in Indonesia that you really, really like that you would like to recommend to folks?
For me, for the EDM section, you can listen to Diva Barus. Let me type in the chat name of artist. Diva Barus. So Diva Barus is actually electro R&B DJ in Indonesia. So he tried to collab as many as possible with famous or even legendary singer in Indonesia. So to bring the EDM vibe to the local that still don't get it about EDM, because in Indonesia EDM influence is still low compared to dangdut. Dangdut is like traditional party music in Indonesia. You should check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, dangdut music. So basically, they use traditional percussion, tambourine, and then high pitch bass as the instrument. Some guitars, yeah, that's dangdut. And then when EDM comes to Indonesia, I believe in late 80s, after the disco era is end, the real EDM like trance, like drum and bass, people preference at that time is not so much compared to dangdut. Even today, dangdut is in Indonesia bring it inside EDM. They make a dangdut house. They make a dangdut trap. Yeah, that's a real thing. That's a real
That's
thing.
cool.
Yeah, but I personally doesn't like dangdut a lot because the percussion is overtight. Yeah, the percussion is overtight since it's traditional thing. It doesn't mean I hate my culture, no, but my preference taste is not on that. Yeah.
No, that totally makes sense. And yeah, EDM and trance, it's almost like an acquired taste. I remember the first time I heard it, I didn't get it myself, but you have to be in the right context or the right mindset and be exposed to the right type, I think, of EDM music, and then you kind of get it. But all those factors, at least for me personally, had to align before I finally got it. And it's interesting that still in Indonesia, like dangdut, like the more traditional music, party music is more dominant. But that's the big opportunity, I guess, for you guys to kind of expose more Indonesians to it, because I mean, Indonesia is a huge country. Like that's a huge potential opportunity as a musician.
The problem here, like in Indonesia, the regulation for the artist is not clear for the government. Even the entertainment industry in Indonesia, it's still out of blue. So sometimes, yeah.
So is there, like, as an artist, as a creator, is it an atmosphere where like the government could punish you if you make the wrong type of art?
No, it's more like the regulation for the providing a well income, a well marketing, or yeah, because the government itself, when talk about the entertainment industry, they kind of confused. Okay, it's not confused with the art or the type of music, but it confused with what they should do with that.
In terms of the money, or
Yeah, money, always money.
uh, so well, since crypto is money, I'm curious. This kind of leads me into this question: like, what is the Indonesian government's stance on crypto? Like, is crypto sort of like in a gray area right now, or like, what does the Indonesian government think about that?
Government has a regulation about Bapepti.
Mm-hmm.
Bapepti is like in English, it elongate into a commodity asset regulatory, because they think crypto is commodity.
Okay.
Yeah, they think commodity, and most Indonesian think crypto is like forex, or maybe they think crypto as a bond, you know. Yeah, usually people invest on bond, and then traditional bond sounds wacky. It sucks, you know, and then they just choose crypto as alternative. Yeah, sort of.
Mm. And then I know you were saying that you're into like the DeFi side of crypto. Like how many other Indonesians are also into DeFi? Like was the whole like yield farming craze, is that exploded in Indonesia yet, or is it still just a few people?
Only in big city.
Like Jakarta?
Yeah, Jakarta, Bali, Surabaya, those kind of big city that implode the crypto. Even not so much. People thinks some people here thinks mostly crypto is not just speculative asset, it's a gambling asset. Because some of most of these people doesn't want to learn about blockchain technology, doesn't know to know it at least as the yeah current knowledge lah. They don't get it. And in Indonesia itself, only rich people that can play DeFi. And I personally, since I'm in middle class, only middle class, so I play DeFi as only learn the feature, not on daily. Yeah, because you know Ethereum gas fees going insane. Yeah.
Crazy. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that sucks.
Seriously fucked. I totally agree.
Yeah, I almost lose about $50 only for fees.
Oh man. No, I feel you. It's tough.
Yeah, and you know a conversion dollar to rupiah it's so bad. You know,
Mm.
$1 is 15,000 rupiah.
Hmm.
It's a lot.
That's like way too much. No,
Yeah.
the gas problem is we got to get that sorted ASAP. It's really tough.
Yeah,
But that's
but
why, like at least on Cent, we have like a layer two solution. So using the Ethereum on Cent, it's not painful. But getting it in, you still need to have that gas transaction. And once you get it out, if you want to spend it somewhere else, you got to pay that gas. So you always have to be super mindful of when you want to do something. And it's, especially when it comes to DeFi and when timing is really important a lot of times, it's painful, man. It's seriously fucked.
yeah. But since Indonesian fiat currency is not suitable for Ethereum DeFi,
Mhm.
most people in Indonesia try Tron DeFi. They go into Tron.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, a lot of people are going into these alternative blockchains that don't have these gas fees for that very reason. And like on Cent, there's a lot of like crypto artists, and they've been up until recently almost exclusively on Ethereum, right? But now because of these gas fees, like for artists to mint and tokenize their work, they've had to pay like hundreds of dollars if the gas fees are super high. So they've been jumping onto like Hive blockchain, EOS, and it's just because of those gas fees, it's killer. It's like a deal breaker for a lot of creators.
So far, Indonesia also have their blockchain ecosystem coin called Vexanium. Have you ever heard before?
No, I've never heard of that. Is that created by the government?
No. It's created by Dani Baskara, basically a programmer in Indonesia built that.
Okay.
Yeah, you should check it out. In CoinGecko has rank about 500, 600.
Okay. Could you share the name too in the messages too, just so I make sure in the show notes I include the proper spelling and everything.
Let me type it. And they also have cheapest DeFi called FexRec, basically resource blockchain lending. So you buy their blockchain resource energy, and then you lending it similar as a bond.
Okay.
Yeah. So no matter the fluctuation of the Vexanium price is, the price always keep going up.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I feel like there's so many more experiments to be run when it comes to crypto. Even though Ethereum and the Ethereum network, in my eyes, is like where it's at. especially for creators, it's still so early. So it'll be interesting to see all these other blockchain ecosystems emerge. And I usually like to keep these conversations pretty short and sweet. But before we go, I want to make sure I let you shout out all the channels that folks should be following Sekud Beats at. So I know you have a SoundCloud, but let folks know if there's any other channels that they should follow you on. And then if you have any like upcoming beats that you're going to be dropping, let people know like when you're going to do that so they can be on the lookout.
So for social media, we mostly active on Instagram and YouTube, also on SoundCloud, right? Yeah. And even if you open our YouTube, in every video description, we provide our Bitcoin address, our Vexanium address here for Indonesian user want to tipping their crypto. And then we provide also Dogecoin if you want to spend some Dogecoin. Dogecoin is cheap, right? Yeah, you can tip any Dogecoin you want. Yeah, in our YouTube video description. And most likely, if you check our Instagram profile or any other our social media, we provide our link tree link that connect to every social media that we have. We also have a Facebook page recently. Yeah, you should check it out for the Facebook page, and we update there new updates every day. Even for the upcoming song, you should keep notice for our Instagram and TikTok, since we made those for promoting our teasers, music teasers. And in the future, we might have a lot of collaboration with some of indie vocalists to put into our song. And also, if you check it out, Adam Alvarez, aka Al, in the beta scene, have you ever?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, on our page, he want to release his second song, heavy trap hip hop stuff, but we will announce it later for the title. He's still working it out. Yeah, you should follow us as well in Instagram, because usually we update the teasers first on Instagram and then put it under other social media. And make sure if you guys wanna sign up or become our team. Yeah, another shout out. You can open our Instagram page, and then there's a story hyperlink that show how to join. You can check it out and then send your song, your video clips, or maybe your cover album as well in our Instagram, in our email. Or you can DM my personal Instagram at Imam Kiku, or FDL real Instagram, Mr. Fadila 14, if you want to join in our team.
Got it. Yeah, and then I know you shared your link tree in Sent with all your social media channels, so I'll make sure to link that in the show notes for the podcast when we release it. But I want to say, Imam, it's been a pleasure talking to you and digging into what you're doing with Sekud Beats, all about what's happening in Indonesia when it comes to the EDM music scene and crypto. It's been fascinating. And hopefully this is just the first conversation of many, because it feels like as Sent builds out, we could definitely help not just Sekud Beats out, but the rest of the Indonesian EDM music scene too. So I think that would be a really cool partnership potentially. So just thank you for your time hopping on here, and I hope that you keep on creating.
Yeah, thank you a lot. Thank you. See you.
See you, dude.
Sent Podcast. Sent Podcast. Sent Podcast. Sent Podcast.